Hey there, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to your life forward in the most positive way possible. And today we are going to talk about that solar eclipse in Capricorn that is happening. If you are in most of the world, it's happening on the 26th of December because it happens at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S., which means that Central Time Zone on West, it's happening for you on the evening of the 25th. So just something to keep in mind as you are invited, strongly encouraged to sit down and write out what it is you'd like to manifest with this new moon. It has a lot of manifestation energy attached to it. And so if you could focus on what it is that you would like to create, you are more likely to create that instead of creating things that you are not a fan of, because you're going to create something. just so you know. All right. So, I want to take a moment to thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel. I encourage you to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising. It will give you a more complete picture. Your sun sign, it's the core of you, it's your value system, it's how you're viewing the world. But your rising sign, if you know what time you were born and where you were born, there is a calculator below that you can use to calculate that information for yourself. And what it will do is give you a real insight into your destiny and your life's path, because your houses are set up off of that. So that's pretty good energy. And so, oh, this is interesting for the week. Okay. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. I would always encourage that. And I like it when you connect with me by leaving me a comment, because or a thumbs up, because it enables me to tap into your energy when I'm doing the readings, because I always do them based on being able to connect to the people that are going to get them. So my nose is so itchy. Spirit is so all over here right now. Okay, so this week, the Sagittarius energy, Jupiter energy is really overlaying the whole week. We start out with the moon in Sagittarius, which is all about finding peace and the releasing of what isn't working in order to create space to allow something new to come in with that eclipse. But then we also have on Christmas, we have a conjunction of or the 26th, the conjunction at the eclipse of Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be in conjunction with the moon while it's eclipsing. That's powerful, expansive energy, create change and opportunities for you. So I highly, highly recommend that you take advantage of that. And then on the Friday, we have Jupiter again in a nice conjunction with the sun. So the moon and the sun, lots of opportunities to shine lights on information on things, to expand your knowledge and your horizons in your opportunities. So lots of things happening there. We also have Mercury moving into Capricorn. So we'll have Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, and Mercury, and then all hanging out there. Interesting. In Capricorn. Okay. The cards are acting kind of wild here. I'm curious to see what's going to come out of all this. So, just lots of opportunity this week to move through that, and that eclipse is going to create a major breakthrough. It really is. And so the question is, what do you want to create once that happens? What is the idea that you want? Where do you want to take things? Where do you want to plant your seeds and intention? This energy lasts for the next 6 to 18 months, so that there's a real opportunity for you to get a lot accomplished with this energy. So I'm just having, wow, that was just really... All right, this is going to be interesting. We might need a clarifier on that. We'll just see what happens here. But your energy for the week, let's talk about that first. The overall energy for the week was that Four of Cups. And that Four of Cups is the opportunities are being presented to you. Are you taking them? Are you using them? Are you paying attention? Do you even notice that they're there? Or are you just swimming right by all these opportunities? And it is a major opportunity, because we have this great energy here. We have the Fool. We have the Queen of Pentacles. That is you. That is the nurturing energy, the being able to grow anything, the loving and the caring. And we have the Judgment card. And so I'm afraid Now, there's a possibility that you're reserving judgment on something. You were taking your time coming to, or you just don't, the judgment's going to happen one way or the other. It's a major arcana. I think it's almost like deciding which, it's really weird. Are you going to choose to pass up the opportunities because they just don't look like what you want? Because right now you are currently happy as a pig in mud and there's really just no need for you to go taking off and taking a new adventure? I'm not sure. That's the most unusual setup together I've seen. I want a clarifier for the overall energy because that's... with that Four of Cups. Okay. Well, everybody wants to come out and talk about that. So what do you have? Well, okay, so now we have the Queen of Pentacles and now we have the King of Pentacles showing up. We have the Eight of Wands, which is about moving forward. The Three of Pentacles, which is about working together as a group for something. But we have this Nine of Swords, which is about anxiety. I think there's our opportunity. And it looks like, because we have the King and the Queen here and this group energy of the Pentacles, I think there's an opportunity here to make a decision to move something forward that will create something really beautiful and long-lasting for you. It's going to take a lot of energy once it gets going. But because we have the this Pentacle energy here, looks like it's not going to move as fast as you might have to in order to get it. Or you're not willing yet to take that leap of faith. But I think the eclipse energy is going to handle that situation for you. And I think it's going to come down to you needing to follow your heart, because the overall energy for the eclipse, you have the water fairy. And the water fairy is all about your feelings and emotions. And in matters of the heart, you should always listen to your heart. And we have cherishing yourself. I accept and love myself. I think this is the part where you move away from what is not working for you, the things that make you feel neglected, the things that keep you up at night, making you feel stressed out. And you get to start moving forward, the part where you start picking you. And you cherish and you love who you are. I think there's this judgment call, I think this is you picking you. Or you picking you and your significant other, because we have both the King and the Queen that showed up here. But let's get into the cards and see what else we can see. Let's see what else we can see here with all of this. Just a little bit more so we can get all the cards. There we go. All right, so this is the 9-card spread. Past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions. I will clarify. Your overall energy is magic. Wow, because you have the Raven, which is magic, coincidence, and synchronicity, and you have the Merlin, which is justice, alchemy, and balance. So this tells me that you have all the tools at your disposal. It's like having the magician on steroids. You have all the tools at your disposal, plus the help and the guidance of the universe to help you create whatever it is that you would like to create. I don't know why I'm having trouble talking. Is your throat chakra? I think I'm really struggling here. Okay. In the recent past, you were trying to decide what to do about letting go of a situation. You were trying to gain some knowledge and some information about what is it that you should be moving away from. Because here we have this beginning of a new cycle with the Fool. And the Judgment tells me that there's a decision being made that's at the end of a cycle. But the World card is missing. Because it goes the 20 of Judgment to the 21 of the World card, and then the 0, and that's missing. And so I feel like there is a need to move past something, to let something go, to say, hey, you know what, that's not working for, it's keeping me up at night, and yet I'm not sure that the decision has been made to do that. Because it looks like you're trying to figure out what you should do, what should you let go of to move forward. And the way forward is to stand in the light of your truth with the sword of truth. Your truth creates the transformation. And so your truth and all this creates magic. So what do you want? And this is something that you cherish about yourself. This is you believing in yourself, you loving yourself. This is self-love, self-care, self-esteem, self-worth. This eclipse is happening in your 5th house of fun and romance. And we have a couple here. Is there somebody that's been trying to catch your attention and you've been not sure? I think that you should follow your heart. Are you in a relationship with somebody and you're not sure you should stay there? Again, I say follow your heart. This is a heart issue. This is thinking about what it is that matters to you. And so in the future, in the area of thoughts, you have the Bard. And the Bard is about your stories, your history. You know, it could be a little life review that you're doing with your partner about, you know, this is what's working, this is what hasn't been working, and hey, let's move things forward. Let's take the leap of faith. Let's go to the next step. Let's create our stories. Let's create our future. And that could be either together or separately. I really can't tell. With this 3 of Pentacles here, it feels like together. Have to admit. And these right here feel like it's the end of a situation that you, like almost like, it's almost as though someone asked you to marry them. And it's been keeping you up at nights trying to decide if this is an opportunity you want or not. That's kind of, it has this really interesting energy to it. In the recent past, you've been worried about money, finances, what is wealth to you. Wealth could be things that you value. This feels so 2nd house, even though it's 5th house. So again, it feels like what is of value to you? You've been worried about it, whether it is your self-esteem or money or love. It's something that you've been worried about that you feel like you don't have enough of. Something that makes you feel deprived, uninterested. And I feel like the key, even though this isn't, it's cherishing yourself. It's loving yourself. I accept and love myself. And I think that self-doubt is somehow playing into this. But if you stand in the light of your truth, if you believe what you are thinking, feeling, because feelings are definitely highlighted. If you listen to your intuition and what you feel inside, you will know what to do. Oh, Spirit's got you. In the area of your heart moving forward, you have spirit, integrity, connection to the angelic realm. This looks really positive. I just think the doubt is in your head. In the recent past, you have been struggling with, again, letting go. Letting go. This is in the area of the mountain. What do you need to let go of in order to create what you want? The death and the rebirth. That's Scorpio. So it could be that during the season of Scorpio, that while we were in retrograde in Scorpio, which was really difficult for like everybody, that you were, something was brought up. Something was really brought to the forefront of your life, and you really had to think your way through it. And for you, Scorpio would be in your 3rd house of communication. And so siblings, short, repetitious day-to-day activities, things you do every day. It's that kind of energy. And so maybe changing something around you that has been really complicated and hard. And you're being called on right now the action of trust. I think this is trusting your intuition. I think this is trusting and believing in magic. I think this might be trusting in another person and being willing to take that leap of faith to build something together. Because we have this judgment that came out, right? It came out here with this Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen is receptive energy. Doesn't mean you can be a male or female. Everybody has both energies. And so we've got this receptive energy, and the Fool is being asked to take the leap of faith. And when I clarified it, we get the 3 of Pentacles with this King. So then now we have a couple here, right? And this movement forward. And I feel like you're having an opportunity offered to you that's made you really, you've been worried, like, is this going to work out? Should I do this or not? And look, you think it's a risk. Because we have the Fool, and the Fool is somebody that leaps without knowing where they're going. And I think you are very concerned about whether or not you should take this risk. And so the answer is trusting your intuition. I can't say that the answer is taking the risk because I can't tell based on these cards. And I think your concerns are probably very legitimate. I mean, Virgo, you're pretty down to earth. You're grounded. You don't make stuff up just to make stuff up. So the question is, what makes you feel like you're doing what's in the best interest of you? What in your heart feels right? Listening to your intuition. What do you know? What is your story? What do you know? Learning from the lessons of the past in the decision-making process, because this is up here in the area of thoughts, but it's also in the house of abundance. And so I think that you're thinking about all of the things that you know about your life and how it's gone. Listening to your intuition. We've got spirit here. We've got magic. We've got your intuition here, your truth. That's the way forward. I think there's an opportunity here to move forward with someone. I can't tell you what you should do. You just feel like it's a major risk. But you know what? No risk, no reward. I do want to say that. If you stay where you are, if you do what you've always done, you'll have what you always had. And so if you are comfortable and you don't want to move out of that energy, you know, I guess fine. I honestly, I don't know. But if you stay there, you're never, oh yeah, you have a choice. You have choices popped out. We have choices and we have celebration and we have face your fears. Release the power of fear, let go and have fun. Make the best choices. In matters of the heart, you should follow the heart. So what does your heart say? What does your heart want? Because I don't think if you're following your heart, you're going to go wrong here. If you're like, I know this guy would offer financial stability, or girl, whatever, but most of the people that watch are girls, right? So I know that this guy will offer financial stability. I won't ever have to worry about it because he's a King of Pentacles. So he obviously knows how to manifest, right? But I just don't think my life will be all that fun, or I don't think I'll have my freedom, or I don't think I'll have this, or I'm worried because I'll be giving up this, that, or the other thing. If you're really concerned about it, weigh it out and follow your heart. If, on the other hand, you had a really negative relationship in the past and you're like, I don't know if I can trust again, maybe you can. Either way, it's a risk, but the risk is the outcome, which kind of sounds to me like you're going to take the risk because it's in the area of action in the future. It's risk. We've got the Fool here leaping forward. I mean, chances are good that if you face your fears, if it's something from the past that's holding you back and you're worried about history repeating itself, then it's conversations that you should be having. You should be talking about what it is you're worried about, and then listen to the answers with all of your senses. What do you see? Are they acting guarded? Are they listening? Do they care about what you're thinking? Because those are all things that are important. You have to expect powerful change. I think you take the chance. I think you take the chance. If in your heart you want to, but you've been held back by fears of things that happened in the past, I think you need to face those fears. One of the best ways to face fears is you think about what is the worst case scenario. Okay, so this is what I think, this is what I'm most afraid of. And if this happened, how would I handle it? And if you problem solve it ahead of time, that releases some of that fear energy, right? Because now you know you're capable of managing it and it's not going to be as difficult as you might think. Wow, it's a rare opportunity. You have the blue moon. You have this very rare opportunity that you might just let swim right on by because you have all these anxieties and these worries. You have balanced the emotions. And here we have this water fairy here. So this tells me that your emotions are a little unstable about this whole thing. And it's got you up late at night worrying about it. You have growth and abundance and a fertile new role. I think the risk might be worth it. These are in the area of action. Rare opportunity, fertile new role, growth and abundance. You just need to balance your emotions. Listening to your heart is not the same as being ruled by anxieties and worries. Listening to your heart, when I say that, I mean listen to your intuition. Follow the guidance. If you have to write it down on paper and do a pros and cons list, do that. You might have to do it more than once. It looks like opportunity. When I see the Three of Pentacles, that is opportunity for growth. That is a really positive card. The only negative cards seem to be in your thoughts and in your emotions, but not in the action part. So, love and accept all of who you are, including your anxieties about whatever the situation is. Okay, these are great. You have this right here. See how shiny and gray this? It's all silvery and gray and shiny. It's got this great weight to it too. This is hematite, great stone for calming anxieties. It says it is easy for me to quiet my mind and maintain awareness. I can find inner peace. You need to balance your emotions. Whatever it is that you're worried about, maybe you need to talk to somebody professionally. No shame in that. You know, you need to work through that area because this looks like a really good opportunity. I attract romance filled with divine love. I have a healthy life. We have ruby and fuchsite and golden topaz. I step forward with joy and enthusiasm. I see my path shining brightly before me. Really looks like this Eight of Wands to me. It's a risk. I can see that. But here's the thing. There are no good choices and bad choices. There's just choices, right? So we're back to the choices. When you make a decision to make the choice, when you choose something, and things, you're going to manifest what you think about. So if you're focused on your fears, you're going to manifest what you're afraid of. So your positive attitude is going to determine the trajectory of whatever choice you make. They're just choices, and choices are just taking a path. It's taking a path. You're never off your path. It's just, which way am I going to get to my ultimate destination? And there's lessons and blessings along the way all the time. Your attitude determines, though, what kind of energies you're attracting to you. And so higher vibrational energies attract higher vibrational opportunities. So looking on the positive, looking forward with joy, feeling good about it, just saying, hey, I'm just going to go for it and see what happens, and I'm excited about the future, will raise your vibration and bring in better opportunities. If you go, I don't know what to do, I'm worried, you're going to attract in negative, lower vibrational opportunities to learn lessons about how you can overcome these negative things that you're afraid of. If you don't choose to just let go of your fears will be brought to you so you can learn and teach yourself, I can beat that. So it's a little easier if you say, hey, I'm just not going to worry about it. There's, I know I'm talking to Virgo. That's so hard. I know, I get it. Because Virgo believes there's a right way to do things. Just do it the right way every time. But if you can loosen up, because Virgo, that's actually what you're here to learn how to do. You're here to learn how to be less structured, more nurturing, more relaxed. That's what you're here to learn how to do. And I think if you can relax into the energy of this choice and allow yourself to go with what you really want to do, but it somehow looks too risky. I don't know if it's financially sound. I don't know if it's emotionally sound. I don't know if it's whatever. It's an adventure. So take the adventure. Go learn the lessons. Allow the blessings to flow to you. Enjoy the ride of life. Because if worst case scenario happens, other opportunities will open up. And if you can believe that, I mean, truly believe that, okay, I'm running down the road, full tilt, bam, I hit a wall. Oh, crap, where'd that come from? Which I know, Virgo's like, I would never do that. Okay, I've done it plenty of times in my life, and I got to tell you, you hit the wall and you go, whoa. But what I do is I jump up, I go, okay, well, that's as far as I can go this way. It's like coming to a T in the road, that's all. And yeah, sometimes I get a little bruised on it, whatever. And then I go, okay, so do I go left or do I go right? What feels right? And then I head off in that direction. And my life is not typical. I get that. But honestly, when I stopped trying to do everything right in my life, I started enjoying myself so much more. I brought the happiness and the joy factor in. And honestly, when I did that, then what I saw was doors started opening and opportunities started coming to me. And I am never I've been in some really dark places. I'm never there. I mean, when I say dark, like times when there was not enough food to feed the entire family. And so I was going without. Those days don't ever happen. In fact, I'm not going to say that. I don't want to bring that in. I could stand to eat a little less. But it's like there's so much out there, and you're never off path, and you're never alone. And Spirit is always there. Spirit is always there, leading you, guiding you. Listen to your intuition. If you listen to your heart and you just move in that direction, you will get in flow with Spirit, and doors open, and things get easier, and they're sure a lot more fun. And all I see here are fun cards, except for what's up in your head. So why don't you just take a little bit of a risk and see what happens? And if it doesn't go the way you wish it would, don't be mad at yourself. Go, oh, well, that didn't work. What else is there? It's like opening the next present at Christmas, right? Like, okay, yep. It's like reaching into the grab bag and pulling something out, and you open it and you're like, they didn't. I wonder what else is in there. Have that attitude and see what happens, and see where the joy level comes into your life, because we're here to feel joy. All right? I will talk to you soon. Leave me a comment. Love to hear from you. You take care. Happy New Year. Happy new decade. And we'll get to know each other better next decade. Take care.